Am I the butthole for making a big deal about one extra credit point on my child's test? My daughter had a spelling test which included some holiday words for extra credit. One of the words was Hanukkah. My daughter spelled it the way I just did, but the teacher marked it wrong and corrected it to Hanukkah. She said to my daughter, "You're Jewish and you don't know how to spell Hanukkah?" I think she meant it jokingly, but my daughter was annoyed. My daughter told the teacher that Hanukkah is correct, but the teacher didn't believe her. I told the teacher that Hanukkah was also correct and that my daughter should get the point, and the teacher argued with me, saying that Hanukkah is more correct because it's more commonly used than Hanukkah. I said if any spelling is more correct it would be Hanukkah because the CH represents the sound from the back of the throat you're supposed to make. The teacher agreed to correct the test but seemed really sour about it and said she was just trying to be inclusive. I said I appreciate that, but she should keep in mind that if the word isn't in English that there might be multiple acceptable spellings for it and that they should all be given credit. My husband says I overreacted. Honestly, I probably wouldn't have bothered so much if the word was something else, but I resented the teacher, who isn't Jewish, arguing with me and my daughter about how to spell our own holiday. NTA. You didn't make a big deal about one credit point. You made a big deal out of a teacher that incorrectly told your kid she was wrong when she wasn't, and she wouldn't listen to your daughter's explanation. You just taught your daughter that if she's being treated unfairly, you have her back. You did well. I wish my parents stood up for me when in a test I wrote the days of the week starting from Monday instead of Sunday. The teacher's explanation was that week starts from Sunday. I'm still sour about it after 20 years, and that is the reason why all my electronic calendars start from Monday. Also, not the butthole. My 3-year-old is learning the days of the week now and the song starts with Monday and ends with Sunday. I feel your pain. Which seems very reasonable to me. Monday is the first day of the work week, Friday is the end. Sat/Sun are the weekend, looks to me that Sunday is the last day of the week. I'm not religious, so biblical reasons would fall on deaf ears. But even religiously it is stupid. In Christianity, Sunday is the day of rest. Why would you rest on the first day of the week and not the last? Also, God created earth first 6 days and then rested on the 7th. However, in Jewish religion, Saturday is the Sabbath, the day of rest. But why would America, predominantly Christian country, follow the Jewish calendar, even though they don't actually follow the Jewish calendar since it like year 5000 something for them? America just being America and doing stuff without rhyme or reason. Because Jesus rose on a Sunday, it then became the feast day/day of rest for Christians rather than Saturday. That is the whole point to Eater. Eater, I barely know her. Never stopped me before. That is a much better name for that holiday, Eater, when you eat chocolate and ham and other goodies. Looks like someone just failed their spelling test, haha. But honestly, that typo made me laugh. We can't use the same system of measurement as the rest of the world, so of course we can't count the days consistently. Saturday is the 7th day, the day of rest, and the Jewish Sabbath. Sunday is the 8th day, the day that Jesus rose, and the start of the new creation. But since the rest of the Roman world was using the first day and the 8th day are both Sunday. Web link. So Sunday is the ace of days, high and low. That's why the Jewish Sabbath is a Saturday. If we're talking religion, Saturday is the end of the week in Abrahamic faiths because it's the 7th day when God rested. The problem with that is that Christianity has gone through so many changes and adopted so many other religious traditions to convert people, that they started using Sunday as the day of rest, when they converted a bunch of sun worshippers. Therefore, by all logic, Sunday is the last day of the week in Christian practice, and since we use a calendar based on works by Christian organizations, Monday should be the first day of our weeks. Not Christian, just really love seeing how religions and history shape each other. Right, but they're the weekends. So one day on each end of the work week, and the whole week is Sunday through Saturday. The weekends start and end the week. Plus, when you're a kid, Friday you usually get to stay up later, if your parents did that, because you don't need to be up for school/work the next day. Same thing on Saturday. But Sunday you go to bed on time, so you can start the week. So Sunday goes with Monday, and Friday goes with Saturday, Instead of Saturday and Sunday going together, not that any of this matters, as you still should have gotten that credit because really, who cares what day the week starts on? And not everyone works Monday through Friday, maybe you start work on Wednesday. Anyway, that's my reasoning for why I think the week starts and ends with Sunday and Saturday, as opposed to starting on Monday, ending on Sunday. But if I were that teacher, I would have given you the point anyway. But Saturday and Sunday aren't the weekends. They're the weekend, so come at the end of the week, no. Yeah, I always thought starting with Monday made more sense. I don't really think that reciting the days of the week starting with Sunday would be a Christian thing because it says in the Bible that the seventh day, Sunday, is a day of rest. But Saturday and Sunday are the weekend, not the weekends, because Saturday and Sunday as a pair is just one singular weekend. Therefore, it should come at the end of the week. People should get credit either way, but having Monday be the first day of the week makes a lot more sense. They're called weekends, not week buffers. They happen at the end of the week. I'm laughing at your clever comment, but I will point that bookends bracket books rather than both of them being on one side. Also, a rope has two ends, as does a straw. Weekends don't come at the end of the week? If you think of bookends, there would be a weekend day on either end of the week. I understood, I just thought of the word end, like in the end at the end of a movie or book. In my native language it's that way anyway, weekend, which is week, plus, einde, the end. Your bookends analogy wouldn't work in Dutch. Although in day-to-day life, we always use the English word, lol. Honestly, why does it even matter what day you start with? As long as they're in the right order, it shouldn't matter. Start on Thursday for all I care. As long as you know which days of the week you have things to do / places to be, the first day is pretty arbitrary. Well, quasi the whole world has the week starting with Monday, only the US thinks different. There is also a difference when the first week of the year starts, which led to big trouble for a customer of mine. I'm English, but my dad worked in American when I was a little kid, so I did my first year of school in the US. After that we moved back. My parents had taught me the days of the week and they had told me the week went Monday to Sunday, as is standard in the UK as well as the rest of the world. I still remember my 5-year-old bafflement when the American students in my class insisted the week started with Sunday. I'm now 31 and it still baffles me that Americans start the week on Sunday. ETA, I also remember them insisting that numbers started with 0, not 1. That was also baffling. It still baffles me that Americans basically fill in the blank. I grew up in Europe, but live in America. All my calendars start with Monday and it drives my colleagues insane when they walk into my office to look at a calendar and it throws them off. Sir, you walked into my office, disturbed my work day, and are now salty that my calendar doesn't fit your needs? Good day to you. Good day. I was reading all these comments about why staring on Sunday makes sense, biblical mainly, and got totally confused. America starting the week on Sunday sounds weird to me, so I'll forever stick to my Monday. This whole when does the week start discussion highlights my point about there being more than one right answer. What this whole thing highlights for me is that school is not about being correct, it's about being able to correctly regurgitate what you are told in the exact way you are told it. As an American, it's always irritated me, especially with kids in school. The weekend starts on the last square and ends on the first square of the next line. Why? I went to a pub quiz about languages around the world where the answer was Mandarin, but they said wrong, you don't get the point. The answer is Chinese. They wouldn't give us the point despite my friend, a Mandarin-speaking Chinese national, explaining why our answer was correct. Still irks me to this day. The arrogance of some people. Open your ears. Those same people are the ones who are surprised to find that people in Canada, UK, etc. also speak American. Throw some Bible at her. On the seventh day, God rested, or whatever it is, I guarantee you, it didn't mean Monday. The seventh day that God rested on is Saturday, that's why the Sabbath is Saturday. That makes the teacher's insistence on a specific day even sillier, since the end of the week should be different in different cultures or contexts. The week versus the work week versus my time card week. That's kind of the whole point in saying Sunday is the first day. I'm not making a judgment one way or the other, I'm just saying that the religious approach is that God rested on the seventh day, the Sabbath, Saturday. Therefore, using this approach, Sunday is the first day, Saturday is the last. I had no idea calendars starting on Sunday was an American thing. I've seen a few calendars like that in my life but assumed it was archaic or perhaps belonging to a specific religious tradition. What is it with Americans and confusing date formats? I'm still miffed about getting marked off on a spelling test in the first grade for using the spelling theater. The teacher wouldn't believe me until I showed her in the dictionary. Is the British spelling an accepted variant in America? I'm making a potentially incorrect presumption you are American by your use of first grade. You are correct and I am American. The British versions are usually accepted here, even if less common. For example, grey would be correct even if grey is more common. The rest of the world is being visibly confused, but it does start on Monday. This is why we hate Mondays. My reasoning isn't the same, but I'm fully on board with Monday start calendars. I update every setting possible. It annoys me when planners will have the weekly portion start with Monday but the damn little monthly calendar in the corner is Sunday start or the monthly section is Sunday start. Consistency, people. Stop splitting the weekend between 2 different weeks. /rant. In the US the week technically starts on Sunday, no clue how it's part of the weekend then? But like everywhere else it starts on Monday because the rest of the world likes to actually make sense. Also the crap line if you're Jewish and don't know how to spell Hanukkah? WTF was that about? That right there made the teacher the rude as F. And she said she was just trying to be more inclusive? By crafting on a Jewish kid and dictating which the one correct spelling of a Jewish word is? Especially ridiculous as there are no correct English spellings of Hebrew words, because Hebrew uses a completely different alphabet. And there isn't even a standard romanization of Hebrew, like there is with Chinese, for example. So anglicized Hebrew words don't belong on a spelling test to begin with. There's not even a consistent romanization system for Chinese in the US, either. Take Peking and Beijing for example. I wouldn't fault someone for seeing both and thinking it's 2 different things. Many people from outside of China don't realize the Wade Giles pinyin difference. I guess what you're saying is that pinyin is Chinese government official romanization, so Beijing is technically the correct spelling. I would agree with that. Does Hebrew not have an official romanization? Being inclusive to who? Non-Jewish people who don't know that it's spelled 2 different ways? Really, it's spelled over a dozen ways, those are just the 2 most common. And original post might have told the teacher that to avoid a repeat when someone next year spells it, Hanukkah. Technically, it's spelled. Assuming that is correct and not some Hebrew curse word since this is the internet and I don't know Hebrew. It is too bad the kid didn't use that as the answer. It would make the whole I was being inclusive even more bull. I was trying to be more inclusive by excluding a correct answer. That's what got me. There is no excuse for that level of ignorance at this point. She could have gotten on her phone and Googled her student's explanation and taken the opportunity to learn about one of her students' cultures that she knew nothing about. Op really should report that teacher for the comment alone. That is absolute bullcrap and she knew better. Well, original post, make sure to let us know how your daughter's next class presentation about the Donner-Kruger effect goes. Air. It's the Dunning-Kruger effect. And we've just been witness to it. Absolutely correct. The teacher should have looked it up as soon as her student said it was an alternate spelling to see if this kid, who happens to be Jewish, might be correct. Digging her heels in was defensive and foolish. Not the butthole. And the exact opposite of inclusive. And in case it isn't clear by that comment, NTA. NTA, and what? Your teacher, who is not Jewish, is lecturing you and your Jewish family on the correct spelling of a holiday she doesn't celebrate? You handled it far more calmly than I would have. Oh no, it's okay if you do it while being inclusive. Honestly, to be more inclusive, she could have just gave her credit and told her the other way it's spelled in case she didn't already know. But marking it wrong is horrible way to teach. We call that goisplaining in my house, lol. That's amazing. I was trying to come up with a word for it while posting above. NTA. Your daughter was correct. The teacher is uneducated. You responded to a teacher trying to pass off her lack of education as a fact when she's just wrong. She also thought mocking a kid was acceptable? Heck no, report her. That is not inclusive, just insensitive. She also thought mocking a kid was acceptable? Exactly. This is a joke I could understand between good friends who know the other will take it as a joke and not find it offensive. For a teacher to say to a student is absolutely unacceptable. Where I work, this would require the teacher redo some sensitivity training at a minimum. We even have a monthly newsletter with upcoming holidays, and for Hanukkah we have a note specifying there are multiple correct spellings. Yeah, exactly. It also would have taken the teacher like 2 seconds to Google it and go, "Oh, I'm so sorry, you're right." To fix this whole situation without being a butthole if the teacher had just believed that she could be the wrong one. Thank you for watching. If you like our videos, please like them on YouTube. And share them with your friends. Please subscribe to be the first to know about Red Rabbit Reader's new videos. We welcome your comments below. Another of our videos will begin shortly.